What's up, guys? I'm JJ,
I'm Javier.
and this is PM Football. We're in week 6 of college football.
Yeah. We're like in the heart of the college football season right now. Like the elite teams start to kind of separate themselves from the good teams.
Yeah. With that being said, we're going to jump right into our game picks of the week. Starting off with Kentucky at number 12, Georgia. Kentucky's kind of had a rough start.
They have, but every year it seems like they keep this match close against Georgia. I'm going to go with Georgia, though. I know they had a tough matchup last week against Alabama. I think they come back hungrier and angrier against Kentucky, so I'm going to go with Georgia.
Yeah, I would not want to be Kentucky right now. No. Georgia's mad.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose 2 in a row, especially to a team that is 2-2 in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. I think Georgia kind of pulls away with this game pretty early and has a dominant victory over them.
Yeah.
Next game is another noon kickoff. It's number 14 Iowa State at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's 3-1. Iowa State's 5-0 currently. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati's also favored in this game.
I was about to say, this is an interesting one because not only Cincinnati home, they're also favorite here against number 14 Iowa State. However, I'm going to still go with Iowa State. I wasn't too high on them before the season, but I've really started to gravitate a little towards them, so I'm going to go with Iowa State here.
I've always been a big Rocco Beck fan. I liked him as a quarterback a lot. I think he can really cement himself as one of the top quarterbacks in college football with a big victory here over Cincinnati, which is what I think they do. So I'm going to take Iowa State in that one. Moving on to the 3:30 slate. The first one, we got number 9 Texas at Florida. Florida's just had a terrible season.
It's looking pretty bad. Both offenses aren't exactly clicking like both programs hope they would. However, I'm going to go with Texas. But I also want to say I think it could be a little close here.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a chance Florida keeps it close, especially in their house. I'm not convinced by either offense, but I'm going to go with Texas here.
Yeah, we kind of debated whether or not we even wanted to have this game on the slate. But being that, like you said, both offenses just kind of struggled. Defenses are really going to be the big key in this game to me, at least.
Yeah.
And I think Texas's defense is one of the best, if not the best, in the country. I think they're going to be able to hold Florida to less points. And I know I say that every week. I've noticed that about myself, that if I don't really know what I'm talking about during one of the games, I just say I think their defense can hold the other team to less points. And I'm going to do it again. I think Texas holds Florida to less points, and they win the game. Moving on, another 3 o'clock game. Number 16, Vanderbilt at number 10, Alabama. This was one of the biggest games of the year last year.
Yeah.
Unranked Vanderbilt pulls off the big upset against Alabama.
And ever since then, Vanderbilt has just been on the rise ever since that game.
We got the rematch again this year.
In Alabama this time.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance this could be a close one.
Yeah.
I think Alabama's not sleeping on Vanderbilt like they were last year. I think there's a lot more respect there. I'm going to go with Alabama, though. It was an impressive one against Georgia last week. I like Diego Pavia. I like what Vanderbilt has built. I just don't think it's enough to be Alabama in Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama seems to be picking up steam at the right points right now.
Yeah.
I like what you said. They kind of slept on them going into the game last year, I think, a little bit. Vanderbilt's 5-0 and they're number 16. You can't really sleep on a team with that kind of credentials going into a game.
Especially what happened last year. Like, you definitely can't do that.
And I think a big thing that will happen and really help them is it being home.
Yeah.
I think that they really pull away here. And I think they kind of win that game in pretty good fashion. Like, they win that game by more than 2 touchdowns probably.
Yeah.
And then the final 3:30 game, we got number 24, Virginia at Louisville. Louisville's 4-0. Virginia coming off a huge victory against Florida State.
So you and me have experience with field storming when we beat Virginia Tech when we were still at ODU. That was very fun to be a part of. I hate to admit it, it doesn't compare to what happened in Virginia last week. They just stormed that field.
The receiver
like
disappeared.
It's like, I thought he may have died. I'm not gonna lie. I hate praising UVA, but that was pretty cool to see. But I'm going with Virginia here. I think they're feeling good about themselves. You have to be after last week. I really like what Coach Elliott has built in that program. I'm going to go with Virginia for this one.
So it all makes sense what you just said. But I think they're going to be a little too still excited from that game. I think they're going to lose to Louisville.
Really?
I think, and it's not even an upset. I don't think. I think Louisville is favored in this game.
I can't remember.
I want to say it's even might be 6.5, 7.5 points. Okay. Louisville's 4-0. Virginia's 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
I think Louisville is the better team. I think Virginia just had a kind of storybook night that night against Florida State.
Happens,
so
yeah.
I'm going to take Louisville, and this is going to put Louisville in the top 25. Moving on to the night games, 7 o'clock, we got number 11, Texas Tech at Houston. Houston's 4-0, Texas Tech's 4-0. Battle of the undefeateds.
Do you know English?
Somewhat. Battle of the undefeateds. Texas Tech has kind of looked pretty solid to start the season.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. I don't even think it's going to be that close either. I'm going to go with Texas Tech here. I think just all around they're the better team.
Yeah, I don't want to put any hate on Houston, but Texas Tech is the better team and should win this game easily. I think it may be close. I could also see it not be close, but I will also be taking Texas Tech to stay undefeated and keep their momentum going in a very winnable Big 12. Moving on to the 7:30 games. Number 3, Miami at number 18, Florida State. Obviously, we talked about Florida State a minute ago. Lost in a big fashion last week in Charlottesville. The UVA puts them at 3-1 now. Miami is continuing to roll. They're 4-0, and they're up to number 3 in the country.
I'm going to go with Miami here. To me, this is my game of the week, personally. I'm really intrigued by this one. I'm going to go with Miami, though. I do think Florida State puts up a fight, though. They have to be pissed about last week. They definitely are. I think there's a different focus that they're coming with this week. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the games that goes into overtime this week. But I'm going to go with Miami regardless. I'm feeling good about them.
I was on Miami before the season started. I was kind of on the
Carson Beck
Beck train.
Right now, it's looking correct.
So I will also be taking Miami. Florida State, to me, kind of got a little overhyped at the beginning of the year. Obviously, it's a huge win against Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama had a lot to figure out, and it's looked like they have figured out those problems.
Now. Yeah.
And I just think that they caught them at a wrong time. And so I'm not trying to put any hate on Florida State. I just think they were a little bit overhyped. And I think Miami is a significantly better football team than them, so I'm taking Miami in this game. And then to close out the picks of the week, we have Mississippi State, who are 4-1 at number 6, Texas A&M, who are 4-0. This should be a solid game too.
I think it's. Do you have what the spread is? Because
I don't.
I remember seeing it earlier, and I was taking it back a little bit.
Probably 10.5.
I think
probably
it
more.
may have been double digits.
14.5?
Something like that.
It was 14.5, I think.
I think it's going to be closer than what they're giving it credit for. I think Mississippi State will put up a good fight. This is one of the better Mississippi State teams that we've seen in a while. But I'm going to still go with Texas A&M. They've just impressed me over the last 2 years, honestly. I really love what they have built there. So I'm going to go with Texas A&M.
Yeah, so before we decided to do a game pick video this week, we kind of were going to change things up a little bit and do prediction winners for the conferences and whether or not they were going to be pretenders or contenders. My pick to win the SEC at this point in time is Texas A&M. I think that they have the easiest schedule out of all the other SEC teams remaining in the year, and they have a lot of momentum going right now. Marcel Reed is playing really well for them.
He's looked really good.
They have a great defense. I think Texas A&M continues to pick up steam and roll on the season. I would not be surprised if they win the SEC. As I said, I think right now if I had to pick a winner for the SEC, they're my winner.
Okay. It's very interesting. I disagree, but I don't hate it. I literally said 2 minutes ago, I have been very impressed by Texas A&M over the last 2 seasons. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up making the championship game. And then once you're in the game, who knows what could happen at that point. There, yeah. So I don't hate it. I really don't. But you didn't even say who you have. I'm assuming you have Texas A&M to win the game if you have them winning the entire SEC.
Yep.
Yeah, regardless, I think this is going to be a very good game.
Yeah. No, it should be. I think it is going to be closer than the 14.5 spread,
for sure.
but I'm taking A&M. And then to close out the video, we've got our locks of the week.
Yeah.
We haven't been very good at these. But we're
getting better, and I'm feeling good about this one.
Are we getting better?
I would say.
Somewhat. We're testing things out. We're working on it.
If you would like to use this in your parlay, feel free to do so. We are not responsible for any losses. We are not professionals at this.
No.
Viewer discretion is advised. Bet what you can afford to lose. We are not responsible for any losses or damages. Our first lock of the week, we have Miami moneyline at Florida State. We both chose Miami to win this game, although there's a chance it could be close. Like we both said, Miami in general is just the better team.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to be a close game, but we both feel very confidently, at least, that Miami is going to end up victorious in this game. Yes. We just think they're the better team. Second lock of the week, number 14, Iowa State, money line over Cincinnati. We talked about it during that game when we were talking about it. I know I just said talk about it 4 times in a row, but it's all right.
It's PM football. We're tired.
Cincinnati's favored in that game.
Yeah,
so
which took
that
me by
means
surprise.
Iowa State's plus money
Yeah.
as a ranked team against an unranked team.
Take that.
I will take that all day.
All day.
And then the final one, you want to?
Maryland covers the plus 6.5 spread versus Washington. I have been on Maryland the last few weeks now.
We were too.
Yeah, like I really like what they are starting to build there. Washington's a good team. Don't get me wrong. We're not necessarily saying that Maryland's going to win this game. We're just simply saying we think they could keep it really close with Washington here. That's why we have them covering the 6.5 spread.
Yeah, Washington kept it a game at least against Ohio State. Mm-hmm. But like you said, a couple weeks ago, we took Maryland plus 10.5 against Wisconsin. And they ended up winning that game by 20 points.
They crushed it.
At home against Washington, Maryland as the underdog, give me those points.
Yes, absolutely. So those are our 3 locks of the week. Once again, we have Miami moneyline at Florida State, Iowa State moneyline at Cincinnati, and Maryland covering the plus 6.5 point spread versus Washington.
Yep.
Anything you would like to say before we pretty much wrap this up?
ODU has a 12% chance to make the college football playoff.
Yeah. All right, look, here's my thing. I appreciate my time there. I love the people there. I love my alma mater. There's a lot of not all. Look, it's not. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm
just
trying to
kinda
put you on
wanna
the spot right here.
get it off my chest slightly. I was a very, very, very tiny part of kind of building what they have now roster wise. There were so many great minds and still are great minds in that facility that have helped contribute to where they are now. Mm-hmm. I think it would be cool if I received like a little muffin basket or something.
A muffin basket?
Yeah, it doesn't. Again, I was a tiny part of what they have. I helped bring in Colton Joseph, who is one of the best G5 quarterbacks right now. Just a quick little, hey, here's like a 7-Eleven Pop-Tart or something. Taquito. Just a nice little, hey, we remember.
A Diet Coke pounder?
Something, yeah. Just a nice little, give me like a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie. It don't gotta be nothing crazy. Because I was just a small part of that big operation.
And shout out C Rizzy in that.
Shout out C Riz. That was a good video. I love what they're doing. Yeah. You see, they're doing more of a. I don't want to say the description of the music they're using.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean though.
But it's not your typical hype music.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. It looks fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, man. ODU's popping right now. It's really cool to see.
We also are planning on being at the JMU and ODU game.
Yeah.
So you guys better finally beat JMU.
I think out of all the years since both teams have joined the Sun Belt, this is the best chance they have to beat JMU.
I know we just went on a little rant about ODU there, but I mean it's our old school and
there's still love there.
They're good.
Yeah.
So far they're good. So we gotta talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out ODU football. Y'all are looking real good out there. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you joining us here. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment what you think our picks are. Like, are they good? Are they bad? Are our locks good? Or you go put them in a parlay? Probably not, because we were on a little bit of a cold streak, but we'll see what happens.
Does Jalen Hurts have the easiest job in the league?
That's for a later video. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week.
See ya.